Everyone I know.
Hey, this is Brendan, producer of the Everyone I Know podcast. We're doing this little pre-roll just to let you know that there might be some wrong information in the podcast because we now have gotten our podcast listed in some places and have our social media up. So here's Chris to tell you where to find us.
Yep. So you can find all of our links to all of the listing places that we're at. The listing places? Whatever. Okay, so if you go to eikpodcast.com, you can find links to our iTunes, to our Stitcher, and to our Google Play. Also, you can listen to the podcast right on the website if you want to do it that way. And there's also a link to our direct RSS feed. You can reach out to us at the EIK Fellas at eikpodcast.com. And we are on some social media. Andy?
Guess what, fuckers? We're on Twitter and on Instagram at EIKFellas. So at EIKFELLAS on Twitter and Instagram. Deal with it, fools.
Now enjoy the episode.
Everyone I know. What the fuck?
Everyone I know.
Welcome to Everyone I Know, the podcast where we argue about the mundane. Today we're recording from sunny Troy, New York. I won't refer to it as the Troylet. We're here at Brendan's abode. He's so humbly let us in, and we're once again working with better technology than any of us should be allowed to touch. Today, we're recording with our good friend Kevin. I'm going to let it over to Chris, who's going to now then introduce him.
It's okay. We can just skip the order. It's fine.
No, it's fine. Step all over it.
No, it's okay. I'll just do an intro. So welcome to Everyone We Know, podcast where we open up a discourse on the mundane. Like Andy said, we have our good friend Kevin here to record with us. He's got a wonderfully sultry voice. So I'm going to kick it over to Kevin to introduce yourself. Tell us about yourself, Kevin.
Welcome to Everything We Know. I'd like to do the introduction. Oh, hey. Hi, hello. Nice of you to have me. Pleasure to be here.
Thanks, Kevin, for coming by.
Long-time listener. Very excited.
What are we, episode 3 now?
Yeah, 3. This is
3?
3.
Yeah, it's more than 2.
Yep.
One more, to be exact. I was trying to think. I don't know Kevin's last name, but we don't need to say it. That's great.
Yeah,
I don't know.
okay.
Are you Edward Snowdening tonight?
Am I what now?
Are you going to be Edward Snowden today?
Yeah, it's got so many consonants.
There's a lot of consonants.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll sail under the Jolly Roger today.
Put up the black sails.
Yes. Yes, today I'm no one of consequence.
Well, you are to us, Kevin.
Well, thank you.
You're talking to the micro with us.
I'm honored.
Real quick, we'll go over it again at the end of the podcast. I keep on wanting to put my beer down, but I don't want to do that. All right, so we have a URL. We have a domain. It is www.eikpodcast.com. That's the easiest way to keep up with what we're doing right now. For the time being, it is a really, really kind of bland-looking Blogger thing because it's cheap to host through Blogger. Oh, not cheap, it's free. So that's what we're doing for right now. And it's got links to our SoundCloud, to the episodes. And then there will be a Twitter to come, a Facebook, an Instagram, all that good stuff. But nothing right now, just the domain. Again, it's www.eikpodcast.com. And I think we're going to get going here.
Alrighty. Everyone I know. Okay. I'm first topic today. Today, I'm going to talk about something very near and dear to my heart because I've been sick all week. I didn't have strep if you guys were worried. I know I got a lot of letters. But I did have the sniffles all week. So the question that I have to ask you is when is it polite or when can you blow your nose around other people?
Never?
Okay, so here's the problem. People need to blow their noses.
Yeah. So you take that in the bathroom, dude. That's disgusting.
I have to go to the bathroom every time.
If you can.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but honestly, would you rather have like a loogie hanging off your mustache?
Well, okay, so if they, I mean like full on like.
Oh yeah, I got a honker. I got a horn going.
I find that unnerving.
Okay, what about the person at the desk next to you at work? No. Okay. Well, fuck me sideways then, I guess. Okay.
Well, am I an outlier here? Like Kevin, what do you think? How do you feel
What's
about
the proper distance? Is there an actual distance, like in meters, that we can measure here?
To me, like if somebody has to blow their nose, I would give them something to blow their nose because, like, they're probably uncomfortable on some level.
Well, they should be. They're disgusting.
Yeah, that's
Right?
true.
Well, it's a healing process, but it's like it's not like taking a or dropping a deuce.
Right.
You can't like
It's
be like
it's the deuce of your nose, though.
right,
Unfortunately.
right. Right. Like if I found out that you excuse yourself from a conversation with me in order to find a private place to wipe your nose, I would think maybe you went a little too far to excuse me from one of the facts of being a human being.
Okay, now here's another level
okay.
to it. Last night I saw a moving picture. I saw Guardians of the
Rush.
Galaxy.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you saw Guardians of the Galaxy too?
Yeah, very good movie.
Very good film.
Shouts to Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
What was it again?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, hey, right on.
But okay, so when are you allowed to blow your nose at a movie theater? Probably not in the theater, right?
I think with all of it, it's about being discreet. Really, I mean, if you
What
make
about
a-
during like a kissing scene?
Oh, save your farts for the kissing scene, please. Right?
Yeah, I don't think that there's a place in a movie theater for much noise whatsoever. I've yelled at children in movie theaters for talking.
Sweet.
I made. We went to see Deadpool once at the Regal, and yeah, it was rough. So we were sitting behind these kids, and they were like, it was the previews, and they were just going ape shit. And I turned around and gave him the pantomime, lock the key in your mouth, shut your fucking mouth. And I did it to just one kid, hoping that he would be the alpha in the situation and spread it to the other kids. And then they just kept doing their talking, and so we just moved to a different part of the theater, which is probably just as disruptive as what they were doing. But
I'd actually saw Guardians of the Galaxy on the opening night, and similar thing happened. We went to Regal, and everybody's talking during the previews. I'm like, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it because you're not gonna stop talking, and I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna look like a crazy person. And then once the movie started, everybody stopped talking. I'm like, oh wait, it's the opening night. Everybody here actually wants to watch the movie. So
Oh yeah. Totally.
yeah, but
I used to do. I was an usher for a Rocky Horror Picture Show in 2 different cities, and as you may well know, it's there's a lot of talking in that.
oh yeah, there's a whole script.
Yeah,
kinda,
yeah,
right?
totally. And as an usher, I developed my own speech and came out, and I used to tell them, if you got anything wet into the theater, keep it to yourself, because things like eggs can ruin a movie theater screen.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
that seems way over the
ruin your
line.
day.
Yeah, totally.
yeah. So what's the craziest thing you ever saw at one of these?
We allowed them to bring in squirt guns for the rain, and we allowed them to
Wow.
bring in newspapers and rice and things like that. But the craziest thing that happened was one person brought in a squirt gun filled with ammonia and squirted it into someone's mouth while they were singing.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, which was, I think
that's an assault, right?
Yeah, yeah.
as
not allowed to
criticism
do-
goes, it's fairly harsh.
I want you to actually die because
right. So I chased him for a block, the guy, but what was I gonna do?
He had a
Bring him to
he had a
justice?
squirt gun with more bleach.
Right. Don't make me get out my other squirt guns. I have a variety of fluids that you'll find unsavory.
Yeah.
So let's get back to the
blowing your
yeah
nose.
the topic here. So I feel like you guys have no problem and no shame blowing your nose like an animal in public around gentle people.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to come out. It's coming
Well,
out
yeah.
one way or another.
Well, I'll use some misdirection first. I'll be like,
Sleight of hand.
and then
Pocket sand.
yeah, exactly. Smoke bomb. Right. Is that guy's fly open? Does this smell like ether?
Okay, so there's probably other social things like, what about chewing gum? Is that cool? Chewing gum maybe in a setting where you're not allowed to, I don't know, you're in a play. I don't know. I can't. I was trying to think of something on the fly there. I don't
Right.
know.
Really, Willy Wonka style.
Yeah.
just chopping on a piece. No, I don't think there's anything wrong with chewing. Actually,
What about chewing with your mouth open in
well, yeah,
general?
you don't chew with your mouth open. Yeah, that's disgusting.
What if you have a cold though? Huh?
Well, maybe you shouldn't be chewing gum and should go blow your nose.
So okay, so
Okay, I guess.
yeah,
My mind's been changed, I guess.
yeah. So okay, so definitely no blowing your nose around food, right?
Oh God, no.
Oh yeah,
please.
yeah. You want to step away.
Yeah.
Even if it's only ceremonial.
You've already sneezed into somebody else's meal. It's
Right.
like, excuse me, I'm gonna go blow my nose real
Right.
quick.
Let me demonstrate. my
Okay,
good
so
manners.
today I went to the water fountain in my work because it's the only place that has nice cold water, and there was a loogie in the water fountain, and it's been there for like a day.
Wow.
So what do you guys feel about that?
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's terrible, right?
I think you need like some hot chicken soup to break it up. like,
Just
you
pour
know,
it down the drain.
Yeah.
So it's been there for a day?
Yeah, it's blocking the drain.
That's
It's rough.
maybe you found a new application for sputum here. Like this might be a whole
Spackle,
market.
yeah.
It's like totally organic,
We gotta figure out who produced this.
Yeah,
this,
it's
right.
this
the
wonderful
next-
material.
Next phase of evolution.
right? Yeah, leave it post-it note.
It's like, we're not angry. We want to
Just
weaponize
want-
you.
yeah. We're gonna put you in a cage. You're gonna do nothing but hawk loogies.
right?
You're gonna have a cold for most of the time. We're gonna induce a cold.
We're gonna build the future together.
Right? Yes. This and a little bit of nanotechnology, and we'll be good.
Okay, I've got another couple ones. Okay, so I saw a girl cutting her nails during class.
Why?
With a nail clipper.
boy.
Why?
Toenails or fingernails?
Fingernails.
Okay, that's
she was a human, not an animal. Although she was right on the line.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, no, that's gross.
Yeah, that's.
I mean,
I
she
wouldn't do that.
seemed to be very casually doing it.
What do you do
She was
with those
taking notes.
toenails?
Fingernails.
Fingernails.
You eat them? I don't know. She kept them in a nice clean pile next to her notebook. I think she was tapping it on her notebook, and then she
That's-
obviously was planning on finishing it before she finished her page.
That's DNA, baby. You could plant that at lots of places.
I've got a confession, boys.
Uh-oh.
So I bite my nails.
That was the next thing.
Yeah, I bite my nails a lot, and sometimes I spit it on the ground.
I mean, it's better than swallowing it and having a nail tree grow in your stomach or
Or
something.
have it like scratch you on the way out.
Ugh.
Yeah, butt scratching.
Like corn is one thing. Like teeth and fingernails, hair. That's
yeah, how many
something
teeth
else.
you swallowed today?
2 tree.
Two tree.
They're high in calcium.
Make my bones stronger. Oh, my teeth not doing so good stuff.
So what about biting your nails in public? Is it?
I do it all the
generally okay to bite your nails, but not like don't eat your whole finger kind of thing. Like tasteful biting your nails, like you got a hang nail, you just got to clip it off real quick. I've got one real sharp tooth now, from biting nails.
Filed down.
Oh yeah, if I ever was in prison, I could like escape with it.
Knock it out of your head.
Oh no, I just
It's like a Swiss Army. You have different teeth for different things, like a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, exactly.
This one opens bottles. This one's for whittling.
You gotta take down a screw on the inside with it.
and obviously my molars are all cyanide pills in case I get captured.
How many cyanide pills you got?
Hey, how many do you need? 4 is the answer. How many molars do you have?
Shit.
Wow, man. Well, okay. So if we're being frank, peeing in the shower. Do you get out of the shower to pee?
Oh God, no. All right, there's 2 types of people in the world: people that pee in the shower and people that lie.
Okay, well, let me put it this way. I've taught myself not to pee in the shower because my shower does not drain very fast.
That's a situation. in
Is it
itself.
soup yet? Is it soup yet?
God, this is
Yeah,
like,
there's nothing quite like seeing the bottom layer of
It's a-
water on your
it's a
shower just
bouillabaisse.
turn. Yeah, exactly.
oh God, just soap and urine.
Yeah.
I worked with a guy who told me he used to drop deuces in the shower
No.
and would shove them through the drain with his toes, like fucking Play-Doh Fun
Okay.
Factory.
See, no, it's so don't Hosey and Eric like have a thing for that? It's like waffle stomping a turd through or something like that.
It sounds like something they might say.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean,
Yeah.
I could imagine the waffle pattern being produced when you go through the drain.
But no shit, there's like a couple of our friends talk about that as well.
Really?
Yeah, maybe there's something to that. Maybe there's something visceral about trying to shove a turd through a fucking
Right?
drain.
I think there was like a time in the 80s, I think Madonna claimed that peeing on your feet gets rid of athlete's foot or something.
Yeah, and jellyfish stings and,
I don't know if that's true.
and corns and bunions
I'm
and
willing
friends.
to try it out. But yeah. I don't know.
So what about peeing in the shower if you're having a romantic shower with your significant other? Do you
I
face the
know.
wall? Do you pee on the wall so you don't pee on their feet?
Oh,
It's
I
going
don't
on their
know.
feet
That-
either way.
that-
But
I don't know if I would do that with a romantic partner unless like they were into
Pee stuff?
Yeah, I guess.
That was their thing.
I mean, I
It's
don't
like-
want to rule anything out of the romantic, arsenals.
yeah, I mean, I'm not going to yuck anyone's yum.
Yeah. Arsenal's the wrong term. Repertoire is probably better.
Arsenal does sound like projectiles, which makes me think of pee, poop, and other bodily fluids. Like just what you're changing in, what your ammo type is. Hit R1, change.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What you're shooting out.
I'll answer that question now.
No pee in the shower with your girlfriend.
Well, I don't know.
Well, here's the question: what if your girlfriend pees in the shower when you're in the shower with you?
Well,
With
then,
her?
yeah, all bets are fucking off at that point.
Okay. Because that's what happens to me.
Somebody get Chris's girlfriend on the phone.
Right?
She's working, sir.
She's saving lives.
Yeah.
What up, Julie?
Yeah. What up, Julie? You've been mentioned in every single podcast now.
She's the unofficial
Yeah.
fourth member
Yeah.
or fifth
Sweet.
member.
yeah.
She's the fifth Beatle.
Yeah. Beetle. So we got anything else for snot, for eating teeth, for fingernails, for stomping shit through a drain? Anybody? Anything else?
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, we've pretty much hit all the gross stuff possible. So
I think it's
well, you say that.
okay. I got one last thing. I get a lot of wax in my ears.
oh,
How do you guys get rid of that wax?
Oh, thereby hangs a tale.
okay. I want to hear Kevin's first. And
Yeah,
then I'll
Kevin,
tell
go.
mine.
All right. I really like Q-tips, which I know I'm not supposed to stick
Yeah.
in my ear.
Oh,
but
fuck them. They're just
at-
covering their asses.
Exactly. At one point, I went to the pharmacy and got an earwax removal kit.
Oh my god!
It
the
was-
scoop things.
No, it was a fluid that went in there, and it was like a chain reaction, like when you like touch the top of soda, and it was orgasmic. In fact, I'm probably going to go do it when I leave here because I haven't done it in years.
You can't see my eyes right now, but they're about the size of
It
dinner
feels
plates.
like you feel it going in an inward spiral as it like loosens shit up, and then like
Oh my god,
yeah,
that sounds so good.
It is.
Problem is,
It's liberating.
Put too many drops in, it dissolves your brain. Right?
This
It comes out the other ear.
the large print giveth, the small print taketh away. You can't have it both ways, man.
It's true. Follow the instructions, people.
Right? Don't OD on earwax removal and shit.
Well, so Kevin, though, like, all right, so that's in the privacy of your own home when you
Oh, yeah,
when you've
wouldn't
got
do it in
the
public,
materials.
yeah.
Like let's say you're itching at your ear and you got something in there,
Oh.
and you got to get it out, and you're off the cuff.
Okay.
What are you doing? How are you getting that out of there?
What you do is you take a paper towel or a tissue, and what you have to do is fold it a little bit and then twist it. Like twist
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And then rotate against the twist so it maintains tension. And as you insert it into your ear, and you'll be able to get it in there and then just pull it out.
All my science folks will know
Holy
I do
shit.
that with Kim wipes on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Kimberly Clark, what's up? It's a company. I have, okay, so does anyone here know what a micropipetter is?
It's like the thing you do the thing.
Yeah,
when-
you suck up
I'm
the-
making
you suck
I'm
up-
making a hand motion.
Yeah, you suck up jizz with it and then put it into little wells and then so I took one of the largest tips for that. I took a razor blade and cut a nice scoop shape into it. Ooh. Now I have a pipette tip in my drawer at work that also has a marking on the top, so I know where the scoop is exactly, when I'm feeling it with my hands, and I just crunch it right out. Oh. And it hurts and my ears bleed and I shouldn't do it.
It's addictive.
But at the same time, I don't like that crusty stuff in my ears, and I don't know why.
So I'm about to gross everybody out. It's the jack from my headphones.
Oh,
Goes right
no.
in my ear and scoop it out. Yep.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
Really?
when in a pinch.
Oh no, that's like I do
But
it in my
that's
apartment.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. When you're
Yeah.
in the privacy of your own home, you probably just
Don't look at me
I'll
like
tell you,
that.
if you can find the Q-tips made with wood, that's the grail.
Dems is a good
that's
one.
the grail, yeah, right there. 'Cause
Well,
you can't find them.
I used to buy these like plastic Q-tips. One side was a scoop, and the other side was like a plastic brush almost.
Oh, yeah.
So you'd scoop it out one side, and then like kind of like in your ear, like you like rub the inside, and, like itch it.
and you come.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, of course. You're always ejaculating when you're
Yeah.
talking about your ears.
Right.
But yeah,
It's
no,
an
it's,
erogenous zone.
it's the male G spot. It's the inner ear. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, that was nice and gross, guys.
Well,
Sweet.
I'm glad that we have no more listeners left.
Yeah,
Good riddance.
Right on.
it's been fun. Well, yeah. You guys wanna
Yeah, we'll move on to the next
mosey on?
topic.
Sounds good.
Topic.
Number.
Okay. So, I was so excited to come on this show. I came up with too many ideas and ended up landing on one that I think will have a universal appeal, which is because I don't think there's any of us who've not been through it, but it's throwing up.
Oh, good.
And
Lord.
I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna say one supposition, and then I want to ask a question of the two of you.
Fair enough.
My supposition is while no one really hankers for the experience quite,
I love to vom.
that when you've needed to and it's happened, that it's actually been a good thing to have it happen. I'm assuming that that's fairly true. Mm-hmm. Okay, so my question then is this: what's the worst thing in the world to throw up?
Oh, fuck.
Well, I'll tell you what the best thing in the world to throw up is.
Okay,
Poison.
well put.
So speaking from experience, I actually vomited not 2 weekends ago.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. I went out and I got intoxicated. I've been trying to eat a little healthier, so over the weekend I got drunk and lost all control. And I went on Grubhub and I ordered from one shitty food place, and then I woke up, realized I ordered from the one shitty food place, and then I saw it was closed, and I panicked, so I ordered from another shitty food place. And then the two shitty food places arrived at my door about 5 minutes apart. So
That's very good, because if they arrived together, they would have had to fight.
for my honor.
Right.
So I had not only a belly full of God knows what alcohol. I was drinking all day long. So much alcohol, and then about a half a pizza, a sandwich with deep fried shit on it, like jalapeno poppers, mac and cheese bites. I lost all control.
You go to Joe's? Chicken
Yeah,
Joe's?
you know it, bro.
Shouts to Joe's.
Chicken Joe's and Soho Pizza.
Ooh,
Yep. Both
fancy
of them.
boy.
Yep, I got a calzone, and I got a bunch of shit from Chicken Joe's. So it felt great. I woke up in the morning, and there was just empty boxes all over my bed because I'm an animal. And then I felt really, really, really bad. And I started moaning. I have IBS, by the way.
Bad physically or bad like ethically?
Oh, both. I was cursing my dead relatives.
You were thinking about the starving kids in Africa.
Yeah, I'm like, what have you done, Chris? Right. And then I started kind of heaving in my bed and moaning, and then eventually I realized that I needed to puke, and so I ran to the bathroom, and I had one good heave, and that was the only good heave, because the rest of them was just undigested chunks of food that kept getting stuck in my throat. And I'm just yeah, it was awful. So the worst thing to throw up is in the morning after you've been drinking.
Right, yeah.
Oh, so this was in the morning. So
Yeah, this is the morning. This is the day after, dude. I woke up, had a little IBS attack, and subsequently just puked my brains out, because that's what happens with IBS. No, it's not. I just ate too much.
No, yeah. You done fucked up.
Yeah, I fucked up pretty
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
But actually, physically, to puke up, I think it would be. I have one very distinct memory of in college. I had drank too much, and I was drinking a lot of water that morning afterwards, and I puked up cold water.
Yeah.
That was unnerving.
It
and
is jarring.
unsettling.
When the stuff coming out of your
jars me.
stomach is colder than your skin,
Yeah.
generally not fun.
It's like a superpower.
I produce cold water. I shall feed the masses.
Yeah, you're lucky you're not in the Vatican or something. You'd be like a shrine after that. One time,
Send them to the desert regions, let them pop the water
Yes.
for the people.
yes. When I was younger, I used to do this thing. I used to think I was real slick. I would take ramen, and what you do is, if you put a ton of every condiment in your fridge in there, talking hot sauce, and then garlic powder, all that, that good stuff, soy sauce, sriracha, because Frank's and sriracha are very different. They need to be in different, you got to really get the ratio right there.
Oh, totally.
Then you boil it for a long, long time, so the water starts to evaporate.
Right.
It starts to get real gooey and good and salty. And here's the thing. when you boil down hot sauce, the hot part stays, the water leaves. I did this one day, and I may have pushed the envelope a little bit too far because, being a big, strong man, you got to eat the real spicy food. No. And I puked up some but it was probably still warm when it was coming out, and it was very hot, and it went through my nose. And that was not fun. Yeah. Puking through your nose, not fun most of the time.
No.
So unless you have to blow your nose and you don't want to be rude.
Right.
Yeah. Well, then you just I feel like if you're
Is it
puking
rude to blow your nose after puking in front of someone.
If you puked in front of somebody, I think all bets are off. As long as you don't shit yourself, you're good to go. So what about you, Kevin? What's the most uncomfortable?
Well, I actually have been working this for a while. So whatchamacallit? I have a top 3. I hope you don't mind.
Yes, please.
Please.
To kind of dovetail on what you said, Greek salad and ouzo, like when feta cheese soaked in vinegar comes through your nose,
Jesus.
you're like, ooh, that's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah.
But not as bad as chocolate chip cookie dough. Which
really?
This is before people like started putting it in ice cream when it still had eggs in it, and like my sister and I split a whole tube of this stuff. And the thing is, you take bites, you take these bites, and it's super rich and all that. And then, but when you puke, it's not little bites; it recombines. So it's like one long strand, and it's like you worry you're gonna asphyxiate because it's like a reverse,
Yeah, you put the tube in and you take the tube out.
Deep throating, cookie dough, and like so it's just come out like a soft serve ice cream.
I was gonna say that's how soft serve was invented.
Yeah. But the worst of all was. When I went to mortician school, I took the bus. It was like an hour bus ride.
We're just gonna skip over that. We're just gonna skip over mortician.
I mean, we all went to mortician school, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But I had to take the bus, and I missed the bus, right? And so I had a whole hour to wait until the bus came. And what happened? Did we lose power?
No, we're good. I just got really excited for my topic. That's all.
Okay.
Keep on going, Kevin. Keep on going.
So, there was this place that it's like a national brand. I can't remember it, but like they make beef jerky, right? But like because they made it there, I got like 5 pounds for a ridiculously low price. But there I was waiting for an hour with 5 pounds of beef jerky.
All right.
So,
my man.
By the time I got home,
what's a boy to do?
I had like maybe a quarter pound of beef jerky left.
That's a lot.
And I threw up was steak. Because it sucked every drop of water out of my body.
That had been like needles coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, it was like sawdust by the end. It was ridiculous. I thought,
did it reconstitute in your stomach?
No, it was still kind of chewed up. It just kind of like got bigger.
Yeah, so it turned back into a cow.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, with some seasoning.
It's a real nice. So 5 pounds of beef jerky.
4.5, Chris. Weren't you listening?
I'm sorry. I'm not good with numbers. That's like $300 worth of beef jerky.
Right. I know. Right? And it only costs like $40.
That's a screaming deal.
Yeah. It is. Although, I didn't get much, longevity out of it.
Well, see, I can relate to that. Not having with something like beef jerky. For me, my heel is my heel. Does that make sense?
Achilles heel.
Yeah, I guess my Achilles heel is peanut butter. I can't have it in the apartment because I'll eat the whole fucking jar in one sitting.
Sweet.
So it's like the same. I completely see myself with 5 fucking pounds of beef jerky, just fucking eating it.
Oh
just never stopping.
I had a cousin that used to eat mayonnaise out of the jar like it was pudding. I was like, no way, really?
That's the reaction. Really? Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
we all have pretty happy right now. Like,
hey, man, chase your bliss. Like,
yeah, she wasn't hurting anybody.
She was helping the Hellman's company.
Right.
Shouts to Hellman's. That's our sponsor this week.
Yes, Hellman's mayonnaise. It's real mayonnaise. Woo.
I do have a production note for this topic.
Sure.
The worst thing to throw up is objectively mom's spaghetti.
Objectively
weak arms spaghetti. Mom's spaghetti.
Sketty.
Oh.
Well, isn't that like not the old wives' tale, but like the old man's tale that the spaghetti comes back together in the stomach?
Yes, it becomes.
Really?
Yeah, no, it doesn't. But
no, but I remember our father. So our father would tell us that you'll see at the we'd be going to like a junior high school dance, like, oh, just wait till somebody pukes in the junior high school. Like, oh man, nobody's drinking, dude. It's like, oh no, you'll see who had spaghetti because it comes back together. I'm like, all right,
like a golem.
Yeah, exactly. It cannot be destroyed by mortal hands.
The spaghetti will come for you.
Spaghetti comes for us all.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm sure there are worse things to throw up, but
I think knives.
yeah, yeah, totally.
The key to your prison cell.
Right?
Well, no, that would be liberating. I feel like
It would hurt.
Well, it'd be actually liberating.
Oh,
Get it?
yeah.
See what I did
yeah,
there?
totally. Yeah.
It's the fun cast.
It's the fun cast.
Yeah, right.
Sponsored by Hellman's Mayonnaise. I used to definitely eat butter packets at restaurants. I mean, is that we're just confessing stuff here?
Have you guys ever heard of the stomach condom?
The stomach.
No.
No, please.
It's
please.
I don't know if it's real or not. But it's you swallow this thing. This is theoretically how it works, and it's a condom that like essentially lines your stomach. You can eat whatever you want. The lining of the stomach condom will only allow good nutrients to go through, and then you hoist all the other shit back up and throw it away.
Dear God.
That
Have you not seen this?
No, I have not, and I don't wish to. That sounds terrifying.
I mean, the best part
Yeah.
about that is you get to swallow a condom first.
I
mean,
it's a great big one too,
or a normal size.
and it's still kind of hanging out. You have to essentially load the food into the condom.
Yeah, I
to
mean,
get it to work.
Do you have like a partner helping you with this, like holding your mouth open and shoveling the food?
Yeah, like
it
on a
seems
first date.
impractical, really.
Yeah, there's logistical problems with this, man.
I think
feel
I
like-
might have somebody just posted something that they made up, and I got suckered in.
Listen, it's
Wait.
like that's the secret. You put your wish out into the universe, and then
And somebody
eventually,
creates it for
yeah,
you.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
That's-
maybe in the future, though, you know.
yeah. That's
technology.
Nokia. That they credit Star Trek with making the cell phone based on the
Oh, hell
communicator.
yeah.
So
Totally.
we're all gonna be rich.
Yeah.
It's cool.
You listen to Elon Musk, make the
Yeah.
stomach condom
Yeah, exactly.
for the people.
For the people, exactly. Why get stapled? Just swallow this latex
Stomach.
funnel. Yeah.
I want to meet somebody who's had to drink Epitap.
What's up with that?
That's
Oh.
the
Oh, it's something that makes you
Ipecac.
makes you puke.
Yeah.
Epitaph.
Epitaph.
Ipecac.
Ipecac.
Yeah.
Epitaph is like a death.
Oh, yeah.
Your grave.
Big shout out to Mike Patton and Ipecac Records. Yeah, what was it? It was that castor oil supposed to
Castor
do that
oil.
too.
Yep.
Yeah.
You also give it to bad little boys too, don't you?
Isn't castor oil
li-
poison?
linseed oil.
Well, it's all pretty much poison, though, right?
I don't know.
Essentially.
I don't know if it's poison, but it definitely makes your body think it's being poisoned. I would imagine.
100% of the people who've used it have eventually died.
Oh, that's well, can't argue with that.
That's I have statistical data to prove this.
There is a real worse thing to throw up, and it's nothing.
Yeah,
dry
heave.
heave. Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
Bile, your own
Yes,
organs.
yes,
yeah,
yeah,
your
yeah.
socks.
Yeah, that's
When my
when-
socks came out my nose, that was when I knew it's time to like scale back to drinking. You know, like,
Yeah, that's gross.
I would say the worst place to puke.
The worst place to puke?
The worst place to puke might be in the door, like inside of your door in your car, because it never goes away. Every hot day, you're gonna smell puke.
yeah.
If you puke anywhere in your car, you might as well sell your car.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it's because it's gonna smell like that forever.
Well, one time I had been drinking with this girl and we came back to her dorm room and I had a puke and she was getting like freshened up in the bathroom. And like, I didn't want to puke in her waste paper basket because she'd smell it and it would be kind of unromantic.
Yeah, off-putting maybe.
Yeah. So I'm like, but I don't want to throw up while, you know, that is also throwing up during sex is
Yeah, no,
kind
it's
of,
not- it's
yeah.
not.
But
Unless you're into it.
unless
Come
that's your
on.
thing.
We're
Yeah.
sex positive on this.
Exactly.
Gross positive too.
Yeah. So like she's gonna be coming out of the bathroom any second, and I'm like, I have to puke out the window. And like it's not my place. I don't know how to open this window. You know,
Oh,
so I'm
yes.
filling with the latches and like it's percolating at the back of my throat. And like finally, you know, I hear the flush, so I know she's gonna hopefully wash her hands and give me a couple extra seconds. And because she should wash her hands. And I finally got the thing open just as like I like hurl and most of it got caught in the screen. So I had to slam the window shut and close the curtains. That's all I could do. That's all I could do.
Did she wash her hands?
Yes, she didn't dry them very well.
She comes out with wet hands like, you animal.
Right.
So
And closing the puke window.
Yeah.
So keeping on the topic of puke.
Yes.
Is puking during drinking the end of your night?
Depending on the reason why you puked.
Okay.
I've seen
Let's-
people just like drink too fast and then just
Yep.
blip.
Oh yeah, no, sometimes you just puke.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you take a shot, it goes down the wrong way.
Right.
This is now the broadcast.
Broadcast. bro.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you take a shot, goes down the wrong way. You gotta boot a little bit.
Got boot and rally.
Yep, boot, rally, gum, good to go. But no, like
Shots. But
I was drinking with somebody. I can't remember who it was, but I took a shot, didn't go the right way, and I excused myself.
Right.
I went out in front of the bar, puked, came back in, and kept on drinking. They're like,
Right.
"Whoa, that's you okay?" I'm like, "No, it hit my esophagus the wrong way, and it just
Right.
came back up."
It wasn't a response to
Yeah.
toxicity.
Yeah.
It was just,
I can drive a car.
Right.
I probably shouldn't, but
I might have eaten a cheeseburger and done
yeah,
the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, generally when you puke, as far as the drinking too much puking, it's because if you don't, you will die.
Right.
So encourage it. It's a good thing to do. Alcohol poisoning's bad. Technically, every time you drink, that is alcohol poisoning.
Right.
That's why it's good. That's why it's fun. A lot of the things we do that are intoxicants are just poisoning yourself a little bit.
Can I
So,
get off your soapbox?
listen, all I gotta say is, if you gotta puke, let it out. If
Oh,
you got,
yeah.
Let it
if you
out.
got feelings,
It's a
let them out.
catharsis. Yeah.
You gotta fart, let it out.
Yeah. You got to bring that stuff up for a vote, buddy. What else? Like, the big spit. There's some really excellent slang.
What's the big? Is that just
That's
a slang
like
for
a
puking?
little
Yeah.
like a little bit of a puke.
Yeah.
Oh, like a verb almost.
Like shouting at your shoes or 3D burp.
3D burp.
Yeah.
Burp, yeah. We grew up with verp,
Verb. Yeah, that's a
vomit burp.
vomit
Oh,
burp.
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting.
Okay, so I got a question. You got a stuffy nose. You puke in your mouth a little bit, but it's not enough. It's just like
Yeah.
a mouth puke.
Yeah.
Okay. If you swallow that puke back down
Ugh.
and nobody knows, is that still worse than blowing your nose in front of them?
Ooh, that's a good question. No, it's not worse because they don't know.
Yeah, but what if your breath then smells like
You chew a
pukey
piece of
puke?
gum.
What if you don't have any gum?
You go home. You go home and you brush your teeth.
No, you blow your nose and your boogers smell like puke?
God, that's just
It's vile, I know. But it's
that.
human, so you can't turn away from it really. And
It's beautiful. It's life. Come on.
like babies throw up all the time.
That is an interesting thing. My girlfriend works in childcare, and she'll just come home and be like, "Hey, what's that on your shirt?" She's like, "Puke," and sometimes it's human breast milk puke.
That's hot.
Yeah. If you can't just have the human breast milk thing, you got to also have the puke thing.
Totally.
Filter it through a human being.
Totally. I don't know if when I was teaching once, I worked with a woman who had just given birth, and so she was at different times during the day doing breast pump to she's lactating. So and I'm walking behind a group of kids that are in her class, and like she never, of course, doesn't do the breast pump in front of them or anything, but their conception of how that worked was that it required sexual arousal on her part.
Oh yeah.
That like she had to essentially masturbate her breast until it ejaculated breast milk.
I mean,
whoa.
how old are these kids?
They're high school. They're
hormones.
puberty. That's just
Listen, everything is jerking off in high school.
sure. But
Math
all right,
is just how many.
sex is messy enough without breasts ejaculating all over me. I'll just say that right off the cuff.
That's the new band name. Breast ejaculating all over
Right?
me.
Plus, that raises a very interesting question about how babies get fed, because that would mean that their mothers have to be turned on at the time, which just seems weird and wrong and taboo.
Listen, all life is beautiful. We got
This
big
is
hearts on this
true.
podcast.
Indeed.
There's actually, I think, well, I know this for sure. There's an artist in England. I saw it on The Moaning of Life with Carl Pilkington, and she drinks soy milk, colored soy milk, and then vomits it onto a canvas.
Wow.
and she makes lots of money. So
See, I've wanted to do something like that, but with crayons because they're edible, and then like eat shit, Jackson Pollock. Watch this.
yeah, that's like performance art too.
Right? Totally.
Get a crowd just
Wow.
puking crap.
Right. And like I've worked with crayons like with a torch melting them and stuff. So
Right.
they do hold their color. They don't like mix together.
Right.
So like you could totally eat a box of crayons and, cry havoc, let slip the dogs. Art.
I mean, guys, what are you guys doing for the rest of the night? Come on, let's go to Walmart. We'll go get some crayons. Maybe
some Epita, whatever the hell it's called.
yeah, maybe some soy milk. Get a little
Yeah.
crazy.
Soy milk on a canvas. Well, David Lynch was doing crap like that though. He was also like getting stuff to rot as
Anything that he does,
Yeah,
I'm
it's just kind of.
it's-
Did he do like a whole series of what's it called, like shorts where he was like high on nitrous the entire time?
I fucking
maybe, but
believe
his
it.
his graduate student work is pretty. It's frightening actually. Without any dialogue whatsoever. The grandmother and the alphabet. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The alphabet. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in college, I watched that, and I was totally not on nitrous when I watched it. I'm like, somebody did this when they were on
No,
nitrous.
it unnerves me.
Yeah,
I
it's-
mean, his movies I can watch no
Yeah.
problem, but like the core is that really terrifying aspect that he can summon.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
just kind of
it's something like unhuman almost.
Right.
It's very unsettling.
It's the goiter girl in Eraserhead. I mean, like a whole show with just that.
Yeah.
It's like the most bizarre shit.
It's
on
like there's
the
like
edge of
no
consciousness.
levity whatsoever.
Right.
That's
Oh, yeah.
and that's what makes a lot of his films really good. Is like there is that little touch of levity in there to
Oh, totally.
to like kind of soften out like just the complete bizarreness of what's going on screen.
Totally.
But yeah, with his early stuff, there's none of that.
You ever see the movie he made for Disney?
Oh, the guy riding the
Straight
lawnmower.
Story?
Yeah,
Yeah.
We in college we were gonna. It was either that or I can't remember what the other movie was, but that got voted. I never watched it, but yeah,
It's worth seeing. I mean, like it's rated G, but like
Yeah.
it's still aesthetically you can tell it's his movie.
Really? Yeah, I
Yeah.
gotta check that out.
I mean, and it's a guy basically his brother is going to die. They haven't spoken for 20 years. His health makes it so he can't drive a car. He has no way to get there, so he drives a John Deere tractor across 3 states to get there, and it's a straight line. And his last name is Straight. So
Okay.
yeah, it's worth
Directed
checking
by
out.
David Lynch.
David
It's
Lynch,
insane.
yeah,
It's
it's great. It's great.
Yeah, all my best nightmares are directed by David Lynch as well.
There you go.
In heaven, everything's fine, baby.
All right. Yep. Let's move on to topic number 3.
Right on.
Right now.
Topic number 3.
So I want to preface this is a kind of a follow up to last week's topic about Murder House.
That wasn't
Just
last week. That was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, well, our last episode rather. Now, in the office, the conversation came up about Murder House, which if you've listened to the last episode, you know about that.
A house in which someone was murdered in,
yes.
not a house that murders people.
Yeah, that Andy didn't understand.
Does
about.
change the answer.
So after Murder House came up, the ethics of cannibalism came up. Ooh. Yeah. Now,
Tasty.
in the last topic, when I got really excited, was when you said you went to
Oh, yeah,
mortician
yeah.
school. That is just absolutely bizarre to me. So I'm gonna posit a question.
Sure.
So, would you eat a human? Under what situation would you eat a human? And would you feel bad about that?
Well, if she really loves me and it'll satisfy her. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make an oral sex joke out of cannibalism.
I mean, you can eat people
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Some
right.
people are into that. Like I said, we're all about it.
Would I eat like you mean like in the like in the Catholicism sense of eating Christ like a
No, I'm saying like take a shank off somebody, throw it on the grill, marinate that shit with some like kosher salt.
I don't know.
maybe a little
I'll
bit of-
tell you what, though. That question is part of my long-term strategy, and that's why I don't work out or eat health food because
Now,
a
is this-
disease. In short, my strategy is make myself an unappealing meal.
Okay.
So like a disease looks at somebody who works out and eats healthy and goes, "Wow, that's prime rib." It looks
Right.
at me and goes, "I'm not really hungry."
I just
I think
ate.
I'm-
just
Yeah,
ate.
Make your body an inhospitable place for disease. How complicated is this?
Yeah, you got to give your viruses cancer.
Right? Exactly. There's no disease is going to survive the maelstrom of fucking metabolism. Are you kidding? It doesn't know if it's day or night in here. I mean, it's like Saw.
Okay, so I would say because I have access to deli meats on a daily basis, I'm not going to say under normal circumstances I would eat a person.
Okay.
Okay. But
Yeah.
if I was real hungry, like say I had gone 2-3 hours without eating.
2, 3.
Okay. Let's say the person's already dead.
Sure.
Okay.
I didn't kill them
Yeah.
Right?
in the eyes of the law. And I just, listen, I'm hungry. They look tasty. I would eat a person, but I would not expect them to taste good.
Okay.
Well, you got to marinate. For
Well, yeah,
Christ's
yeah, no,
sake.
you prepare any piece of meat.
Oh, yeah. But, okay, the reason why I say that is because we are omnivores.
Yep.
And omnivores generally taste like doo-doo. The best tasting food is the food that eats the grossest food. The
Prove my
better,
point again. Yeah.
the better food you
Lobster.
eat, the worse you generally taste. So, like a lobster eats poo-poo all day. I mean, I haven't eaten much poop in my life, but I would assume it doesn't taste that great. And, yeah, lobster is pretty good. But what I have to say is I would eat a person if they were already dead and I was in a different culture. Or I just needed to. Or I was bored.
So you would eat a person.
I would eat a person.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. It's not Kevin. You tap dance right around that, man.
Yeah. You mean like would I eat human flesh to survive?
No. Okay. So let's say somebody came up to you
Yeah.
and he's like, I want you to eat me.
Okay.
I like
okay.
here's yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Like eating Raoul. Okay.
Yeah. He just said like here's a piece of my arm.
Yeah.
I want you to saute this with some shallots, like a Spanish onion, maybe
Yeah.
deglaze with a red wine.
Yeah. You know, context means a lot. I can't think of a reason why I would do it. I mean, it would have to be that would be a really heavy form of intimacy.
Okay.
Like if you like how about it like this? Like, well, if you ate somebody's vestigial organ, like what if you ate like their appendix? Would that be?
I mean, they don't
still
need it.
cannibalism,
They
right?
eat someone's tonsils.
Right. You remove parts of bodies all
Well,
the time. and-
you're eating human flesh, so yeah.
right. So yeah, I guess technically that's cannibalism, right? When you're not killing the person.
See, I kind of jumped the gun there. I had to assume that they were 100% dead.
Oh no, I'm saying like you have been given human meat that you know is it's free range.
Right.
It's cruelty free,
Okay.
and it's 100% organic.
It's Soylent Green.
Yes, it's essentially Soylent Green. Well, actually, like, what if you found out that something that you've been eating for years had human in it?
Like all the bananas I eat were
Yeah.
just ding dongs.
Well,
Listen, I don't know.
I mean, if bodies were allowed to decompose, that would be true. We would all be part of the
Yeah,
whole
man.
larger ecosystem eventually
Man.
when we die. But
We're all stars.
yeah,
Man.
since we make bodies so they don't decompose anymore, yeah, I don't know.
So personally, I eat a person in a second.
would?
Yeah, because
In a second.
in a second. No, if under correct supervision, I don't know, like under the correct like situation, if somebody like prepared like a meal for me, like this is some weird meat,
Right.
I'm gonna let you know this is human. The person was not hurt; they wanted to be eaten, or
Right.
they donated this meat. I would say that's kind of weird, but I kind of want to try it. I like weird food. I like to try different things.
Then let me throw this out there.
Okay.
Would you, since we're talking about not killing the person, would you eat like a square inch of steak pulled from your own thigh, your own meat?
On a toothpick? Yes.
Yeah.
That is a question.
Is that different?
I guess it kind of is. Yeah. No, not that you put it that way. I guess it would be.
You talked about eating your nails already.
Well, yeah. I guess
It's true. You ever bite the skin on the side of your...
He's got the
finger?
scent.
It's like, got the taste of human
It's
meat.
actually why I invited you all here today.
There's a silver platter being lowered from the ceiling. Steam's coming out from underneath it.
I should have worked out.
Okay, so what about would you want to be eaten post mortem or not want to? Would you let someone eat you post mortem
To survive?
Eh.
Hell yeah.
In my opinion, when I'm dead, when I pass away, do whatever the fuck you want with my body.
Yeah.
I'm not here anymore. Fuck it.
Marionette style?
If any of these organs, right? If any of these organs are good, you're welcome to them.
Take whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, here's the question.
Okay.
How long after you're dead is it cool for someone to eat you?
Well, they have to do it relatively soon, otherwise the meat's gonna go bad.
No. I mean like,
By law, it has to be refrigerated within 24 hours.
That's
or
true.
embalmed.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is, the flat line goes on the heart rate monitor. Boop,
Bring in the butcher. Bring in the butcher.
he just comes in and just starts
Eat
hacking.
it while it's fresh.
There was that Japanese dude that ate a lady and totally got away with it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Well, didn't he spend some time in jail?
Yes, he did
yeah.
a little bit. Yeah. But he was eating her for a while.
Yeah.
He was
there's a lot
in
of-
the freezer.
Yeah, it's just like buying half a cow or something.
Right,
You just
exactly.
kind of packaged up. Ugh.
Yeah. I can make soup out of that at least.
I mean, it's never going to be as good as when it's fresh.
So,
Right,
what do you think? Next question. What do you think would be the most tasty part of a human being?
Oh.
Part.
Well, fiction has given us cannibals, and they seem to gravitate towards certain things that are used in cooking other creatures.
Yep. So like the cheeks.
Cheeks,
Yep,
yeah,
that's a big
The
thing. Well, that-
sweetbreads,
Yep.
yeah,
Sweet pasta like that.
thymus,
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. The lips.
the Hannibal Lecter cookbook thing is it's part of I guess it's part of the culture now. I mean, it's part of the popular imagination.
Yeah.
Do you ever see the TV series, which
Have not.
is
I saw the
completely-
first episode.
The last scene is like it never occurred in anything Thomas Harris ever put together, but like it's bizarre because you get like 3 people having a knife fight, all trying to kill the other 2. But it totally changes what was in the movies, and the movies were way different than the books too. But what are you gonna do?
I've only seen the movies. I haven't read any of the books. But it's funny that you bring up Hannibal and you're talking about like kind of the collective idea of what a cannibal is.
Yeah.
It's funny to think that Anthony Hopkins was only in that movie for what, like 15 minutes?
Totally.
And didn't he get an Academy Award
Yes,
for
he
that?
did.
It's insane. But
Yeah.
So do you think it's because
The taboo.
it's a taboo because he had the courage to say that he'd eat a human being?
Well,
I'd let Anthony Hopkins eat me.
the thing, I would
it's
too.
fine.
He's so polite. I
He
mean,
is, he seems like
He's
a nice
charming.
guy.
He's absolutely
you know
charming.
he'll
terrifying.
prepare it, and you'll be excellent.
Yeah.
It will taste so
that is
good.
that is a good point to bring up. If somebody's going to eat me, I would really hope that it was
Exactly.
like a Gordon Ramsay or
I don't want some hack from McDonald's.
pushing me into a
Right?
fucking burger and
Yeah.
some shit.
Boy, the thought tastes like shit. Totally.
Yeah, so here's the question. How would you feel if Gordon Ramsay was critiquing someone else's preparation of you?
My legacy would be complete.
So he says, Angela,
Yeah.
this burger that you've made out of Christopher is shit.
I would rest quietly and happy.
I'd be like,
knowing-
take it up with my mom. Return it.
I mean, I feel like I'd eat like a male pectoral.
A male pectoral, like
I feel like that's a nice, like, chunk of.
Meaty thing.
I mean, not like get all the fat and stuff off it. I feel like that's a nice like ring, like nice meal sized.
so you everybody would start eating like with like the main things, so like the thighs and the calves and all that stuff.
Right.
But then we'd have to get into the weird shit like the cheeks because
Yeah.
it wouldn't be cool to eat people anymore. I'm creating a world in which we eat people.
I see.
Yep. A takeaway from the fact that if you eat a person, I actually looked this up today. You get like pretty much like mad cow disease.
Yeah, it's not
yeah.
good
Yeah,
for you.
it's the pyrons. You're a
I'm a
scientist.
science guy, but
Yeah.
I'm not a medical guy.
Gotcha. But it's essentially what
the
happens.
nutritional value of my brother guy.
Yeah, it's like an evolutionary thing. We're kind of encouraged not to eat humans.
That aside, though, wouldn't that be
Big thing to put aside, buddy.
that aside though? Like, wouldn't that be like such? So if you like to prepare food and cook food,
Yeah.
like if that was my last like kind of like send off. So all my friends, they just
Oh, like a smorgasbord
yeah,
at your
just
at your
from
funeral?
head to toe, just kind of eat me.
Right.
Yep. And I would become you, and then make soup out of my bones.
You just get buried under an apple tree
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
or some other type of plant.
I mean, okay, so there's a society. I think they're called the Society for a Good Death or something like that, and they basically support like natural burial, which I think some cultures do, like
Jewish
Orthodox
culture, yeah,
Jews.
Orthodox Jews. You cannot embalm. You
Right.
have to be like you can't even have a nail in the casket because everything has to be able to decompose.
Right, and I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's much better than having weird, fixed formaldehyde. I don't know, plastic corpse going in the ground.
Isn't that just kind of the idea of trying to keep the dead alive in the minds of people?
Sort of. I mean, like people want to have a wake and a casket just so they can have closure.
Yep.
I mean, it's mentally healthy for them. I mean, and one of the interesting, this is actually a kind of a cool anecdote from mortician school. Medgar Evers, who was a civil rights leader, he was shot in his driveway by white supremacists, and his son was like less than a year old. And I don't know if you ever saw the movie Mississippi Burning, but the case itself wasn't tried, I think, until the 80s. And in doing that, they had to exhume his body. And even though he was shot like 7 times, they did such a good job embalming him that when they exhumed his body, it was immaculate. And so they held a private wake for his son so his son could say goodbye to his father.
Wow. That's interesting.
So that's that's the one anecdote that's not about them screwing someone over when they're in grief, but like it's a great story and it's true, I think. But I don't know. I mean, like even the vaults now, like you can't just bury a casket, you have to have it in a vault.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's
for zombies and stuff.
well,
right?
the only reason is because like when you bury a casket and like it like kind of returns to the earth and decompresses, you get a gully. And so if you use great big industrial lawn care equipment, you have this very uneven surface, which is hard to mow. That's why there's a law making it there be a vault, which makes no sense. You do not need a fucking watertight vault for your remains.
Wow.
I mean, it's
yeah,
ridiculous.
I mean, as far as I'm
insane.
concerned, when I'm dead, just burn me up, throw me in the trash, like it's over.
No, why not eat you though?
Right.
I'm not letting this go.
I know.
Listen,
I'm-
if you want to eat me, there's not a goddamn thing I can do about it.
That's true.
I'd be dead. But everyone knows you're going first.
At least scrape
Wait.
for resin, something. Something.
I want one of those fancy Guyana coffins. They have like whatever your favorite shit was. So like I don't know.
Oh, yeah, got like a Twix coffin. or
Yeah,
some shit
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
I'd have like a big old banana.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Died like you lived.
Died like I lived.
in a banana.
Oh, I'm not. You don't know this about my brother Kevin. He constantly has bananas.
When it's time to party, you bring a banana. So when you get hungry later, you don't feel cranky.
So he was driving me to get like a pack of cigarettes or like get some beer or something like that.
Yeah.
And I get into his car and he's got a banana in his hand as we're walking to the car. I get in the car, I close the door, and there's a banana inside of the side.
Gotta have my
console,
sidearm.
just in case the other banana failed. Maybe I don't really know the point of the
Might have to go
secondary
two-fisted on
Yeah,
this
Exactly.
one.
Sometimes it's a 1 banana night. Sometimes it's a 2 banana night. Gotta always have your sidearm.
You're gonna bribe the cop with one of the
Not gonna
bananas.
fall for the
It's like,
banana in the tailpipe.
may I interest you in a banana, sir?
Na, 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 na.
Sexfully undress.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah. Well, now you do.
You like plantains as well?
You know, I haven't actually eaten many plantains. Like,
Prepared well, they're very good. Just
yeah,
like human meat.
I've had them like prepared at like restaurants and stuff, but I've never like taken one home with me.
Oh.
I just feel like they make me like kind of scared because they're like big bananas. You know what I mean?
You're not ready to graduate to the
Not ready
plantains
for
yet.
the big banana. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, man. Yeah, so a banana casket, that's
Oh, for sure, yeah.
shit.
It's a strange shape for a casket. That's
Yeah, we'd have to kind of bend you in. Well, so we're gonna eat you anyways. So what if we did this?
fuck, man.
What if we did this? What if we buried you in a banana casket before we buried you? We put you out as a platter on the banana casket. Whatever's left, knock it
Right,
knock it
right.
shut. throw it in the
Leftovers
oven.
get, yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna keep human for
We're
a
not making
while.
soup.
Nobody's taking home a doggy bag?
Human. Okay, so would you guys take home a doggy bag of human?
I mean, it's got to be the most rare meat out there, so therefore the most expensive.
It's a sin to waste food.
Yeah.
That's true. You can freeze it.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well,
you know.
so like I mentioned before, when I die, eat me as a smorgasbord and then make soup out of my bones.
Okay.
And then freeze that broth because it's probably pretty good.
So what do you put in a human soup broth? Do you put other meat?
Salt.
Or do you put...
Yeah, salt.
Himalayan pink salt is the best, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Pepper, certainly.
Oh, yeah, definitely pepper. Probably some cumin, some allspice.
You want to start with a nice roux.
Oh, yeah.
Rue McClanahan comes to mind.
You guys want to just switch to a cooking podcast only for human meat?
It's a niche market.
We'll have a very dedicated fan base.
Yeah.
We have to distribute it on the dark web.
Sweet. Yeah. So I've never seen a banana casket, but you could get one custom made probably.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I saw cardboard ones. That was weird.
Like made of cardboard or made to
Yes.
look like cardboard?
No, made of cardboard.
Huh.
Because
When you're on a
That's just
budget,
the box.
yes. Yes, it is.
What is the casket for a refrigerator?
No, it's for a person. Because you can't just throw someone in a hole apparently, so you have to put them in some sort of box. And when
Okay.
there are indigent people, nobody wants to spend for a really fancy casket.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy, as he's showing it to me and telling me all this, he goes, yeah, they reinforce them now. And I go,
wax or some
I go,
shit?
yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I go, now?
Yeah.
Now they do?
As opposed
He's
to
like,
they've
well, the first couple generations, nobody really put together that, cardboard when it gets wet gets weak. And we're talking a mess that would require a snow shovel and a squeegee.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. But so they make the cheapest possible thing that a body won't fall through.
Yeah.
But,
I mean,
yeah.
what are you going to do? You got to throw someone in the ground? You got to throw them in the trash?
Yeah. The freak thing though was there was like a caged in area with a chain link fence for the baby caskets.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I know it's a little.
So wait, they're
dark,
locked up so nobody steals them.
but that's what I was gonna say, right? It's like somebody's gonna palm this, right? Like
Stick a baby under their
right,
walk
right.
away with
yeah.
it.
And it was as you would expect, incredibly sad to walk in there because it's like a bunch of shoe boxes with ornamentation, basically.
Oh, Jesus.
And it's like all I could think was like, this has got to be so hard for the pallbearers. They all got to stand like right now. I'm sorry, that is the best baby casket joke you will hear all day. Don't let it get to you.
Would you guys eat a baby?
No.
They're tender.
I don't know. We do eat veal though.
We do.
Yep, and that's just a baby cow.
Did you know you can shine because a baby's skull hasn't ossified yet?
Right.
It's cartilage. You can literally shine a flashlight through it.
Yeah.
Like you can hold. I don't recommend doing this, by the way, unless you're not being observed. You hold the flashlight up to a baby's head, and a light circle will appear on the other side. Because
Now, when you said shine a baby's head, I had a very different idea. I thought it was
Like,
going to be a completely
nice
different.
spit shine?
Oh.
Like I thought we were going to be talking about some like baby skulls or something like that.
No.
That was much more
Delightful.
Mundane.
Yeah. And mundane, like the podcast.
right? Yeah, no, babies. I don't think I'd. Veal? I'll eat veal.
Yeah, well, veal's good. I kind of feel bad though after I eat it.
Yeah, I've had it like twice. I don't know.
Oh, it's tasty.
It's
man.
tasty,
it's
but-
prepared correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think cows would have survived in Darwinian terms had we not started using them the way we do?
Well, they wouldn't have existed in Darwinian terms.
They run pretty slow.
Well, the other thing too is we domesticated them, so they used to be more like.
Well, but they got those big old horns.
right.
They'd be able to take care of themselves.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, they're most domesticated animals without us. They're like, gone.
Right, like chickens. Yeah, they would not survive long in the jungle. So eating humans.
Getting back to the top here. Good, I like it.
Right. What's the jerky situation with that?
Ooh,
Oh, that's how you save it for longer.
there we go. That makes sense.
Without freezing it.
Right.
Because when you freeze stuff, it just turns to mush. Everybody knows that.
Well, no, you can defrost it once, and it's not gonna be mush.
Listen. Scientifically, when you
Okay.
freeze something, you create
okay.
ice crystals within the cell membrane, inside the cytoplasm. The ice crystals poke holes in the cell membrane. That's why you get mush. That's why if you defrost something twice, it's straight up mush. But when you defrost something once, unless you flash freeze it, you're gonna get some mushy.
So flash freeze me.
Flash
Carbonite.
freeze me. Just
Now.
listen. When I'm getting close to death, just dump me in a tank of liquid nitrogen, and then it's over.
And then hit him with one of those little pink pig hammers.
Yep.
Enjoy, everyone. Have a shard.
Yeah, a little popsicle action. Meat popsicle.
Well, shaved ice. Come up to the leg and just shave a little bit of me off.
Put it in a nice cold mojito.
Muddle that with some of my tongue.
Oh God.
Oh boy.
God. All right. Well,
What's for dessert after you eat a human?
that's a good question.
Well, you can make like some kind of
Like a sorbet out of their brains.
you squeeze their eye fluid
Yeah.
and make a jelly with that. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, none of this has to happen.
Yeah. This is all hypothetical at this point.
Yeah.
It's all based on will.
All right. Well.
You don't want to fill up on haunch. That's all I'm saying.
So really quick, guys. Let's go over what we talked about today. We talked about puking. We talked about earwax. We talked about
Blowing noses.
blowing noses,
yeah.
eating people, making a sorbet out of head cheese.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, so
waste of
I think
bread.
it was a nice trajectory into the gross. We started something, everybody does.
Very like yeah.
Everybody gets the sniffles, everybody blows their nose. Then we move to puking. Everybody does that too, but not as often,
Right.
hopefully. Then, we get to the little exotic stuff.
You get hey, Jonathan Swift wrote about cannibalism, so it's very highbrow.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Cultured. Anthony Hopkins is the classiest motherfucker alive.
I
So,
agree.
Yeah,
I
he
agree.
is.
He is truly.
All right, shall we?
Yeah, let's play it out here. Real quick before we sign off. Again, our domain is www.eikpodcast.com. Go there. You can see posts from us when the episodes go up. We should have another one up soon. Hopefully 2 up soon. If Brendan feels like sending me the episodes anytime. Oh yeah, and another a real quick to our one fan. Well, actually, we already called out to Julie, but to our other fan that's not in an intimate relationship with anybody sitting at this table right now,
What up,
Cheers.
John?
What's going on, bro?
Hey.
So,
So let's have a big thanks to Kevin for coming out.
yes, thank you, Kevin,
thanks
for
having me.
coming
It was
by.
a blast.
And a big thanks
Yeah,
to
no.
Brendan for being such a handsome man.
Totally, he is.
And a big thanks to our studio audience.
Yes. This was actually our first live podcast.
Coming at you live. Crowd of one.
It's quality, not quantity.
All right,
so yeah.
folks.
That's it.
Everyone I know.
Everyone I know.